Hello, geeks. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostgeeks. Playing with us tonight, we have our normal, stupendous cast. We have Matt as Stew Drinker, Ian as Moon Eye, Chase as Haskell, and M as Quill. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast and playing through their module Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is unsponsored fan content. And lots of the maps and tokens and cool things we're using are from the Rime of the Frostmaiden bundle on Roll20. You can go check that out. If you would like to help the heroes tonight, or myself, last week my villain points speech really worked, you guys. I don't know if you noticed, but if you want to help the heroes or me, you can wiggle that affirmation bar, or you can give out hero points, villain points, that kind of fun stuff. There are also always some interesting items in chat that you can give out. So anyway, if you want to do any of that, type !engage, and you can see what all of our options are. I think that's all the business to attend to. Right? Yeah, I'm not forgetting anything. Okay. I do need to roll some blessings. And already the chat is popping off. So, I'll roll blessings first and then I'll recap so we can just dive right in. So let me just do that. I gotta roll our random one first.
Let's get the exciting stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toby. I got a blessing. Sorry, I had to call that out. I saw it and I got excited.
Okay. Our random blessing is going to Sir Chase, aka Sir Haskell. And
is Annabelle gonna make an appearance?
Is she? We'll see.
Fingers
You
crossed.
got number 2. I should pull up that sheet.
I will literally kill her next time, and it will be on accident. That's not a threat. That's not a threat. I'm just saying.
That's totally a
Spells are
threat.
so powerful, it would hurt her, and I hit a lot of people last session.
Oh, last session. I thought you said
I can agree with that.
No,
You
I
did hear a
said this
lot of-
session. I'm just saying, the past has now colored my future.
Well, Haskell got the Charm of Luck. Would you like a reroll, friend?
Come back to me.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
pulling up my list and it's being slow.
all right. So we've got a blessing for Stu and a blessing for Quill.
Mm-hmm.
Am I keeping up? And then a fact about Gale. Do you want to go ahead and say that, M, while I'm rolling stuff?
Oh no, my fact about
Do you want me to
Wombat.
stall for you? I can just...
Okay, here's the thing. Doc and Noms actually helped me come up with the name for Gale. I was fiddling around with a bunch of them. I was like, I want it to be something like storm related because she's tranquil, and I felt that would be a neat little thing. And we played around with Zephyr, but then we ended up on Gale. You already knew that. Of course you knew that. Fact rejected.
Facts rejected. I'll let you think. I
Ouch.
rolled up some blessings.
Hey,
Stew Drinker.
Haskell makes his own luck. Reroll for me.
Okay. Well, you'll have to wait your turn, sir.
Okay. Just let me know.
Stew Drinker, you got the Charm of Luck too. Do you want a reroll or would you like to keep it? And Quill, you got the Charm of Stone. That's the strong one.
I don't need to
Do you want to reroll?
Let's
Okay.
reroll.
Hey, Tori,
Stu?
roll better.
I do want to be lucky.
Someone's happy. All
Yeah.
You guys are lucky you're getting blessings at all.
I'm
Hey.
happy I didn't get one.
All right,
We
this
built
is
up a better
Haskell.
rapport with the Chewingas. We have this kind of relationship now where we can bargain.
Can there be a DM reroll?
No.
I rolled the freaking Charm of the Animal for Haskell.
Yes. I could feel it.
It was meant to be.
Okay.
It was.
That means I have to go dig out a goat token. No way. I also rolled it for Quill. Do you want that one?
I don't think I have an option. I think
that's
I
true.
have to take it.
Wow.
No.
So
Annabelle
many
is mine, not
aminals.
yours.
So many aminals.
Just give me a goat
I'd rather be
token, Tori.
strong. I already have an animal.
You'd rather be strong?
Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
You want the first one? Okay.
I'll take the
Let's-
stone.
Let's get some clarity for production here so Katie knows what to throw up on the screen. So in case we need a little overview, we'll go Haskell is getting the charm of the animal. So Haskell, wherever you are standing right in this moment in the cave, a little wood carving of a wolf's head grows on your charm bracelet. And you can let me know what animal you pick, although I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to involve a goat.
I would like a goat, GM.
Okay. Then Stew Drinker, a simple sphere with a pure white glow appears on your charm bracelet, and you're feeling exceptionally lucky.
Excellent.
And finally, a small, where is it? A gray stone cube grows on your bracelet, Quill, and your muscles get super defined, and you feel like you could maybe even lift Stew Drinker.
Oh man, if anybody could see my muscles underneath all of my cold weather clothing, they would be impressed.
Okay, we've also got some items being thrown around. So, as you guys are cleaning up after the fight and, I don't know, we'll say looting bodies and stuff like that, searching around the cave a bit, Moon Eye, you find a small crystalline icy brooch that looks very fancy. And Stew Drinker, you have been gifted with a Chwinga cookie. Everybody's favorite. I've always imagined the Chwinga cookies have this really nice, fresh, like vanilla mint kind of flavor that's just like super refreshing and delicious. I don't know why I felt the need to mention that, but that's what I picture.
I'd like to eat it immediately.
Okay. If you would like to eat it immediately, you can roll up 2d4 plus 2 for healing.
We short rested last time, right?
I
the
believe
end?
so.
Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
I used all my hit dice.
I didn't need to. I was full health.
Cool.
Oh,
I'll keep
man.
that in mind
Say it.
next fight, Quill. I'll be sure to throw some punches your way.
I
Spread the
just
love
said
a
it
little bit.
so many times last time. I had to reference it one more time. I think I have my character fact about Gale.
Okay.
Okay, so Gale, since he's like a little yeti, he also has horns like this. What are baby yetis called again?
Yeti
Tyke?
tykes.
Yeah, so my little tyke. So I picture like when we get like a little bit older, we're gonna do like horn headbutts, and I'm really excited for it.
Are you already teaching him how to do that?
Yeah. So first off, I had it so he would like chew on my little horn when he was like. So I have like actually little tiny little teeth prints on my horn, just one side, and then yeah, as we get bigger, that'll be like our little like affection thing. We just bonk.
Wonderful.
And then when he gets really, really big, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you might have to train him out of that
Yeah.
after a while.
It's gonna be one of
We'll
those
see,
things
though.
where you're like, it's so cute when the dog sleeps on the couch, and then later when they're bigger, you're like,
then
I
it's a-
can never
then it's
sit
a-
on the couch.
It's a Saint
Mhm.
Bernard. And you're like, what couch? There's no couch anymore.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot of stuff that happened. So let's jump backwards real quick and recap from last session. I didn't write it out all nice for myself again, I forgot, but I'll jump from point to point. So Quill had a little check-in chat with Avarice, and the others gave her some advice, particularly Haskell gave her some advice about how to talk flirtatiously. We learned about Stew Drinker. This isn't normally a thing I recap, but I just thought it was interesting that he fell through the ice when he was a kid and was rescued and fell in love with a Goliath girl from the rival tribe named Esmeralda Firemaster, and her father disapproved. Anyway, you guys slid into the cave on the ice and fought some water weirds that burst out of a frozen waterfall. Then you fought a frost giant skeleton, and the caretaker owner person of said skeleton, who turned out to be the witch of the lake, with her little wisp companion, which we all figured out from last session was actually the mastermind behind it all. people bodies were dropping, people were going down left and right, but you guys scraped by and managed to kill all of the things. Haskell, this is my note to myself. Haskell got tilted when the hag mentioned the voices. But she offered to give the group wealth and information and anything they wanted if they would just let her live. But Haskell had had enough of that and killed her. Then he had a little breakdown and screamed, and he heard a voice in his head. That was weird. They spilled the stew out of the cauldron that was made out of human body parts and other things. And now they are looking to head home with this magical cauldron, this magical stew producing cauldron. So you guys were kind of poking around the rest of the cave at this point. We had just come to this other frozen area where you see deeper down into the frozen water, vague, shadowy outlines of other, what you must assume would be frost giant skeletons. What now?
Is Annabelle trotting
yeah.
into the cave?
I gotta get you, Annabelle. That's right. Quill, have you? No, you took the stone. Okay.
I'm strong.
Strunk. Yes, I'll grab a token, and while that's happening, you can tell me how Annabelle is trotting. You hear the clap, clap, clap of.
Yeah, Haskell obviously recognizes that echoing sound, and he's
Yes.
going to go running back towards the cave to where she's at.
Actually, I'm gonna say that she appears down here on the frozen ice ahead of below you.
Annabelle, what are you doing down there? How far down is it?
It's like 10 feet.
Jumping. I'm doing it.
Okay. Why don't you make an acrobatics check?
I should specify. I'm not like leaping. I'm
You're
gonna like
sliding?
slide. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Uh-huh. You got it. 14, 16, because chat.
Yeah. Okay. You do it. And that's how big Annabelle is, right?
Yeah, she was a very large goat.
Very large goat. Okay.
She's just gonna lean into the slide all the way across this ice here.
You see, let's see, when was the last time we saw Annabelle?
A very long time ago. It was the avalanche.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna.
I don't think we've ever actually seen Annabelle.
I don't think they have either. He's gonna slide across the ice into a big old hug. He's gonna grab her fur to stop. I thought you were buried in snow. And then he's gonna hop up.
Okay, you should have control over her token.
I do.
Okay. All right, so Goliaths, you see Haskell hop up on this goat that seems very comfortable, very familiar. Moon Eye, you recognize sort of the familiar feeling of a friendly animal that, you know, the Chwingas have either convinced or enchanted or whatever to come hang out with you guys for a while, having had this experience yourself.
Yes.
On more than one occasion. All right, Haskell's on a goat on the ice.
Gonna ride her up over towards the edge, towards these other people. I'd like you to meet a couple new people. These are half giants. Moon Eye and Stew Drinker.
Annabelle looks at you unimpressed.
Stew Drinker is very impressed. This
Welcome.
is the famous Annabelle.
And if any of you speak of eating goat, or even worse, eat goat in front of her, it could ruin our friendship. It almost ruined me and Vinny's. And me and him were closer. No offense.
I understand. Well, we did meet a couple other goats who seem to be friends with her, so.
Also, Quill, it goes without saying, you're on your last straw.
Annabelle, she says, and she's going to try and slide down the ice with her superior strength that she has these days.
Oh, okay. You want to make this more an athletics flavored kind of thing?
Yeah. If that's cool.
Sure. Let's say, what if you just like Go ahead and make an athletics check. We'll see how it goes. And
Okay, it's
then-
+4 of whatever I roll here.
Oh, so
Ooh.
good.
24.
Nice.
So good. We'll say
Sick.
you do like a full, like you get to the edge and kind of lower yourself down, and then you just like fully controlled like descent with your arms alone and just lower yourself to the ground. So strong. With Gale on your back.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's gonna look at Quill as she slides down. He's gonna start just whispering stuff in Annabelle's ear.
And
Quill.
I will try to not set you on fire this time, but no promises. Haskell, you would be wise to get her out of the way if we run into anything else.
It would be wise to
dangerous.
become a more expert spellcaster and start learning to control your collaterals.
Magic is sometimes
Controlled. If you're
wild.
good at it.
You have your magic, I have mine.
Yes, and mine does not blow everybody up. Have you ever seen me turn the enemies invisible?
Uh,
I don't just go.
It is funny
spraying
when
the
they
arcana
blow up.
about in a wide cone wildly.
Gale steps up to you, Haskell, I guess to your feet because you're up on Annabelle. And he makes a growly face and like kind of baby snarls at you.
At me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look down at
Being
him.
mean to Mama.
You guys know that sound that Simba makes as a cub when he tries to roar at the hyenas? And it's the little like meow. You know? It's like that kind of sound.
I wanna
that Gale makes.
glare at him and I wanna just intimidate him back. That's a 27 intimidate.
Whoa.
He goes scurrying right back behind Quill and like grabs at her leg and is like desperately trying to get up in his little sling pouch.
Do not
Whimpering.
threaten my little one,
I haven't lit
Haskell.
him on fire yet, have I?
No, she's just a goat.
It's gonna
And I'm-
defensively start petting Annabelle's head. Just a goat.
Mind
You
yourself.
make me so angry, Quill.
And it was at least an accident. You are offending my family now.
The Yeti
Yes,
is part of your kin now.
of course, I am its mother. I took on that responsibility.
Well,
I don't know whose accent I'm doing, but I'm stuck here, so well, you're welcome.
I didn't. I thought you were pretty
Okay.
close on.
Whew.
Sounded
Okay.
like Quill to me.
Well, then we will both agree to take fair care of each other's creatures.
Agreed.
Don't make me scold his mother in front of him again. He seems to not like it.
What are Moon Eye and Stew Drinker doing during this whole exchange?
Unai is just going to watch, observe this moment of seeing a little bit more, for lack of a better word, humanity in Haskell. Clearly caring for something Mooneye has never observed in him. I mean, other than gold.
Even as he scares a small Yeti tyke.
Oh. There's still hope. There's a little bit of light inside there.
Chat is sending we'll say suddenly kind of falling from the ceiling of the roof of this cave, something kind of like bops you on the head, Haskell, and you see it's a Chwinga cookie. Oh no, just kidding, not Haskell. Quill gets bopped on the head by a Chwinga
Thank you.
cookie, and then one also lands in your little Gale knapsack, and you hear Gale munching on it contentedly.
Yes. Oop. I
He's
just
now
accidentally
making,
kicked
like,
my
little-
cat.
Little
Oh no.
the little cooing sounds of a very satisfied, calmed little aminal. Although we did establish that Yetis aren't animals from the handstand competition.
This is not just like a step stair for you half giants. Let us keep looking around.
I will remind you guys, you did leave the cauldron in the chamber where Haskell dumped all the stew out. just so you guys don't leave the cave without it.
Oh, yeah, we were planning on looking around and then going back for it, right?
That is the plan.
Okay. Where to?
Haskell's just gonna start trotting around on Annabelle. Does she handle this ice well?
She's going slow, but she is doing fine.
Okay, I'm just heading up this way.
Okay. Looks like a dead end. I'll fast forward you to the spots that kind of matter.
Sounds
How's
good.
that? I'll just group you all up. Whoop.
Take us on an adventure, Tori.
Woohoo! Here we go.
Skating right along.
Yep. I'll make sure the camp. Oh no, Annabelle, come back. Okay. She bucked you off, Haskell.
So
Okay.
rude.
So you kind of make the rounds, and you see now you're on the other side of that ice bridge that I described last session. If you guys remember, this is just up the frozen river from the frozen waterfall. Does that make sense? And it is about 20 feet up. Here I can boop. Oh, that didn't work. Anyway, it's 20 feet up.
This bridge here?
Mm-hmm.
Stew drinker. I think you could throw me up there.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot. I'll set my hands at the ready so that Haskell can step on them if need be.
Get against this wall for balance. Don't want to slip.
It's a good plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Preparing to be thrown.
To which side more? so?
Just like, I just want to, I guess, this side.
Okay. All right. So, Stew Drinker, I need you to make me an athletics check.
All right.
Yeah.
23. Hwah!
Quill probably could have done that today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 23. Yes. You get him up there. Haskell, go ahead and make an acrobatics check
Got it.
to keep your feet.
Nat 20.
Ooh, wow. Do you land like a cat? Do you superhero land on
I
the
do a
bridge?
flip. And then
Wow.
stick the landing.
With your hands in the air. And you...
Yes.
I
trained with some
I'm
acrobats
going to-
once in a circus.
Pull my hands together and draw some of the darkness that's in this cave in the shadows underneath me and rise me up to the bridge.
Wow. So cool. That's a new thing, huh?
Wow.
Mhm.
That seems less exciting.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and speaking of Moon Eye, you just got a blessing. You are also getting the Charm of Stone. Would you like a reroll?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So Moon Eye and Quill both feeling a bit stronger than usual.
Stew drinker. Keep a good eye on Annabelle.
Yep. I got it.
We'll go see what's over in here.
Okay. Quill, what's your problem? Or what's your problem? What are you doing? How are you... What is your I was reading something in the like module as I was talking. So what are you
now
doing?
my problem is that my feelings are hurt.
Quill, what is your problem with Haskell? We all know it's your fault.
Manipulist.
Clearly not Haskell's fault.
I don't really have a way to get up there. I just don't really have a way to get up there. So she'll just look up and say, should I just wait with Annabelle?
Haskell's gonna peek over the edge. Just try not to light any goats on fire.
I will do
I'll lay down on the bridge and reach my arm down. Brother will pass her up.
Right. If you'll allow me to, Quill.
Of course. Thank you.
Are you leaving Gale or are you taking Gale?
I will tell Gale to protect Annabelle.
Gonna say, I'm
Gale
not sure
looks
I
a
can keep
little
and Gale.
grumpy. He kind of lets out a huff, but he goes.
I bonk
Over
his
by
horn
Annabelle.
with mine.
He'll go over to Annabelle.
Can he lift and then my hands be grabbed and then pull me up?
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check, Moon Eye.
Badly.
That or just lay there and I'll climb up you.
13.
You guys affirmated?
I haven't
Yes.
noticed.
Yep,
Are we?
+2.
All right, 15.
All right, you're able to get Quill up onto the ledge as well. Haskell and the rest of you, if you guys move into this chamber over here, you see what appears to be some sort of abandoned campsite.
Detect magic.
Okay, you detect no magic.
Okay. Kind of perception look around.
Sure.
And I'm going to concentrate on detect magic. 15 perception.
You don't really find anything interesting except for a few torn out, partly burned pages in the campfire, which are the ones you're standing next to as well.
Do they
On the
seem
map.
to say anything interesting?
They are in a language you don't understand, but you do recognize as Dwarvish.
Oh man, so much dwarvish. Okay, I'm going to take them.
Okay.
Read those later.
Okay.
Just more dwarvish script. I'm going to go over this way.
Moon Eye, Quill, you guys following as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow the other direction.
Okie doke.
Gonna go right. Gonna go left. Gonna go right.
Okay. I'll just
We've lost track of
zoom
him.
you guys over here. Whoop. Oh no, Quill. There we go. Unless you were wanting to stay behind. I accidentally got you stuck in a wall. I just have it out for Quill tonight, I guess. Okay. In this chamber, you see on the northern wall there are stick figure drawings carved into the stone.
I'll step forward and take a look at them.
Okay. Would you like to make you could make a history check if you like.
Sure.
Or anyone can who would like to examine the drawings.
Not much of a book learner.
14.
6. 8 with the affirmation. I'm sure that'll push me over the edge.
Yeah, you, as far as you can tell, Moon Eye, these appear to be ancient drawings, probably whoever once inhabited these caves, possibly with giant history. There's something like, you being at least passingly familiar with giant culture, you can kind of see maybe roots of that. And that's not a huge leap to make with the skeletons you've seen in here as well. Quill, you don't get much more than that, except that it seems to be kind of like narrating some kind of ritual or process, maybe something to do with the giants wading up the river, this cave river, but you aren't really sure beyond that.
Okay. Haskell, are you going to do a history for us?
Nope. Boring child script. I'm going to continue onwards.
Okay.
I am detecting magic still. Nothing special in here that's magical.
Nope.
Okay. This way to the cliffside. What's down here?
Where did he go? Okay.
The frozen lake. You are
That's
about 30
disturbing.
feet up.
Okay,
and
so this
you
is
see
like
the
where we
little boat.
came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
this is
came in
one of the
lower.
other ways.
Yes.
Back the other way then. Going the other way.
Okay.
Going left this time.
Oh,
And it's more frozen lake.
this
Yep.
is
Going back to the bridge. I think that was everything.
who is more foolish, Haskell or those who follow Haskell?
I don't think there's an answer there. And then he's gonna shout Stew Drinker, and he's gonna jump off and just hope Stew Drinker catches him. This is like big trust fall.
Stew
Right.
Drinker, go ahead and make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh, that'll be a 11.
That'll be not enough.
Oh,
Haskell,
no.
Haskell, you're gonna jump out and swan dive onto ice, and Stew Drinker, you realize too late what is happening, and probably kind of partially catch him, but not before Haskell mostly face plants, and you take 4 damage.
Can I make it look intentional with the perform?
I would say that would probably be more a deception.
Okay. Let's do it. I want to make it look not that bad with the 30 deception.
Okay, I don't know about intentional, but you can definitely pull off the like, oh, it didn't really hurt at all. Like,
Yeah, like
It's
I'm gonna
fine.
try to make it look as any saving grace possible.
sure, you sort of tumble out of it.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Roll
Moon
the
Eye and
Wow.
Quill.
slide.
So Quill didn't go over here before.
Okay.
May I do? I rolled a perception already just to speed it along. It's a 16. Does she find anything here? Looking through those papers, going through the sleeping bag.
Haskell took the papers.
Oh, he took all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was kind of the only thing of note
Cool.
that he found.
Sounds good.
Before we totally wrap up this, Stew Drinker, what have you been doing? Just hanging with Annabelle and Gail?
Well, if the journey has been
That took probably
at
a few
least-
minutes.
Oh, okay. In that case, I would say that part of the reason why he fails to catch Haskell is that he's like trying to ritually cast Speak with Animals so he can convey to Annabelle the fact that he met 2 people, or 2 goats who were big fans.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So Haskell, you interrupt poor Stu's ritual. And Stu, now you have to start all over if you're gonna do it.
Are you casting magic?
I was trying. I wanted to tell your friend that we met some big fans.
Speaking with Annabelle is a very noble cause for magic. We'll have to work on your form though.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop back up on Annabelle.
Okay. Quill and Moon Eye, I think with your superior strength right now, you're able to kind of like climb your way down the little cliff wall here
All right.
safely. And now retrieving the cauldron.
Yep.
Okay. I'll just drag all of you guys
And on to
together.
the village.
That's really why I took this, so I can help drag the cauldron.
Whoop. Okay.
We got plenty of strong people.
So the cauldron is now empty, but it is still quite large. What's the plan here? You, just from an observational standpoint, it does seem like Annabelle would probably make a pretty good pack animal.
I suppose Annabelle
How
could try
hot
to
is
carry
it
this.
still?
Not when you guys were experimenting with it last session, it was actually not. It was warm to the touch, but it was not scalding. It was safe to touch.
Moon Eye and Stew Drinker, try to lower that on Annabelle's back. See how strained she looks before you just let it go.
Does Annabelle have like a
Very well.
pack saddle and stuff?
I've got rope.
No is the answer to your question, him. But you guys do have rope.
Is it easier to fashion a saddle or just roll it?
That's what I was thinking as well, rolling it.
Are we
That sounds like
concerned at
fun.
all?
Haskell.
Lift it up. How heavy is it?
How heavy is it?
Who's lifting it up?
Well, I think
Depends.
many of us would probably get around and try and do like a little, ooh, oh yeah, that's heavy.
Okay, well, Haskell's got no chance.
Hey,
Stew
he's the one who
Drinker-
knocked it over, remember?
Yeah, but that was on a hero point, and that was rage-fueled Haskell. I'd say probably the rest of you, you can lift it up a little bit. You think after hefting it, it's probably a 2-person job, with one of those people not being Haskell.
2 people to lift it.
But
Yeah,
rolling
to,
it
like,
will
lift
be
and carry it.
significantly easier.
So if we
Probably.
roll it, how
Probably
person
one
roll?
person could mostly
Well,
handle it, but it'll be
one
real
person roll,
wobbly.
one person
Consider
guides?
this. If 2 of you, one of them being Stew Drinker, is still needed to lift it, are we concerned at all about this falling through the ice?
It's a fair point.
Is it heavier than Stew Drinker?
If he can't lift it, I have to imagine it is.
Just to be clear, he can lift it, but it's the part of the problem is it's just so large. So it's
big
just
and
like kind of an awkward load. Yeah, exactly. It's both weight and size.
We should just be careful on the ice, is all.
We can put it onto the boat.
That's a good idea.
And then push the boat across the ice. That way, if it breaks,
So-
it will not matter.
Do you
Moonlight
realize
has come in with the wisdom.
that if we had tied this to Annabelle and the weight forced it through the ice, Annabelle would have drowned?
I would not have let you tie it to Annabelle after this dawned on me.
Good to know. Then let us roll this thing. We have spent far too long in this cave, and I am quite cold.
Let's go, Annabelle.
I find it quite
Uh,
comfortable.
Haskell's not going to help. He's just going to ride ahead with Annabelle.
Comfortable besides the smell of gross human entrails in this room, mixed with weird food smells. It's probably not a great combo. All right.
On my time on this planet, I have learned that everywhere has negatives.
That's a nice attitude, Moon
The
Knight.
smell will go away eventually.
All right.
The
We'll
rats
just-
will come and feed upon the entrails. The flies will consume those. The wind will blow it away.
Were your
And all will be
parents
clean.
oracles?
They are not oracles, no.
Were they very wise? You talk for one so experienced in life.
I have had many teachers. My parents were not one of them.
I suppose I am one of them now.
I suppose you are. We all learn things from everyone.
That's not entirely true, but okay.
All right. So between the 3 of you, you're able to keep this thing mostly on its side, rolling. The ice does crack a little bit concerningly as you rolled across, but no falling through the ice incidents occur. You're able to get it back to the docks. I should ask if you guys. You took care of the bodies, the fishermen's bodies, and gave them last rites last time, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, you arrive back at the docks, and are you taking this? What are you doing? What's the plan now? Are you taking this all the way back to the inn to see Ronaldo? Are you stashing it somewhere?
It is for the city, is it not? Let us bring it to the center of town and give it to them.
No, it is for Ronaldo.
But to stop the need to kill people because they are lacking food. So it is for the town.
It is not for food. I thought that it was so they would stop sending people out to die.
But they're sending people out to die because they do not have enough food, and they think that by appeasing those creatures, they will have the food they need.
I
I
must not
believe.
have understood the idiots.
Am I remembering that correctly, Tori? Is that the chain of events?
I mean, you think that generally there's just a lack of hope here, and certainly, lack of food in a frozen wasteland is part of that. How long can everyone survive just on knucklehead trout? So you do think, and you are correct, and they are sacrificing people in an attempt to appease the Frostmaiden.
We do
So
not
something
know.
like this could be helpful.
I hope that this is enough to prevent them from sacrificing more.
I agree.
Well, let's go speak to the speaker.
To the speaker?
No, we want to go see Ronaldo.
What is
Why would we
Ronaldo
not
going to
just
do?
bring it to the center of town and give it to them?
Because the town hates us.
Because for some reason speakers
Ronaldo
are in
is our
charge here.
connection to the rest of the people.
The town hates each other.
The town does not hate each other.
Did you see what happened when I gave them money?
So
They
what do you
hate
think?
each other.
So in this case, if we go and give it to the town, it will start a war.
I think Quill's right.
Ronaldo knows these people. We must
this-
take it to him.
Is the speaker not in charge?
The speaker is a fool.
But are they not in charge? I
Yes.
think everyone in this town is a fool, but one of them has to be leading.
Haskell, I feel like you do not understand the meaning of rapport.
I understand the meaning of rapport, Quill. I just don't think he can do anything about it.
So real
I thought
quick,
his name was Ronaldo. Who's rapport?
No, Mooneye, listen. I will say it all once, in one go. We give this to Ronaldo. Ronaldo takes it to the town with his. They already have good feelings towards him, a good relationship. They will trust him. He proposes that they stop making the sacrifices as they will have enough food, as you have said.
But what if there is pay involved?
What if there is?
Well, then I want to be the one to give it to the speaker. Ronaldo needs no more coin. Did you see his clothes?
But we made a deal with Ronaldo.
Haskell,
I agree.
the
I thought
payment.
We are not
Ronaldo
going to-
just gave us a lead.
No, the payment will be that we don't have to see these people being sacrificed. We do not
Yes.
have to fight their corpses.
We will show them that they can cooperate, and with that cooperation, they will be successful.
And if they refuse our wise words, we will kill them all. Or at least the ones that want to kill the others.
I sure hope all these good feelings and potential murder
I'm not
can
sure I
fill
agree
our
with that
bellies
last
when
part,
we are
Quill.
done with coin.
And if they continue to send children into the ice to die, you would rather let that happen? You have not had a problem with killing people to save others before. How is
For
this
the sake of the
different?
40 hells. Very well, Quill. For some reason, our destinies are entangled. If you feel this is best, we can forego payment again and let Ronaldo take all the glory.
We could just take it from Ronaldo afterwards if that is what bothers you.
How are we going to take it from Ronaldo?
We can keep an eye on him.
Are you saying rob from him?
Well, if we did the work, is it really robbing? We can leave him his portion.
City life has been bad for you.
Not all city life. This city is rotten at its core.
I cannot steal from Ronaldo. There's a
Then-
secret code between storytellers. You wouldn't understand.
Haskell, you have reminded me something. There was a story that I wish to hear from you. What did you do to that witch when you stole her shadow?
I took her shadow. That is all.
Does it give you power?
Perhaps.
Interesting. That was my only question. If you feel that strongly about getting paid, then let us handle the people.
Very well. Haskell is going to, well, no, he's not. He's going to be done.
So
We're taking it to the middle of town, I guess, or to the speaker, is my understanding.
To
Oh, I thought you were taking it Ronaldo.
right?
We were, but Quill just said that if you really want to, if you're worried about getting paid, we can take it to the town itself instead of Ronaldo. And you said okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying that we could do it now.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Let's just go with plan A then. And if we don't like how Ronaldo's acting, we can go with plan B.
okay, so to Ronaldo,
To Ronaldo
Let's
we go.
to Ronaldo.
you are taking the cauldron with you.
If I may say, if you're trying to sneak up on a group of deer, you do not bring your whole pack of wolves. I feel like if we were to bring the cauldron, everyone would see it. So if we were not bringing it to them, perhaps it should be left somewhere here, and we bring Ronaldo to it.
We could just tie a blanket around it and it would look as if we were rolling a very large rock.
I could turn you invisible to get it through
I do
town.
not know the ways of the townspeople very well, but I think a large rock wrapped in a blanket would still be curious to people.
To be fair, you are two Goliaths, a halfling, and a tiefling with a Yeti tyke walking through town anyway.
We got a lot of attention
Fair
on
point.
us.
Yeah.
When we get to the entrance of town, Moon Eye and Stew Drinker, I will turn you invisible. If you're carrying the cauldron, it will go invisible as well.
Very well then.
Sounds good.
Just people
All right.
like bumping into them on the street. What the hell
Yeah,
was
because
that?
it's two Goliaths and a large-sized cauldron that's just like, yeah. Okay, so you guys make it to town.
Perhaps we should walk around the lake.
The
on
lake
the
is so
ice.
big.
No, not around the whole lake.
Oh, okay.
Instead of walking through town, if he's going to make us invisible, just walk along the lake because the inn he hangs out in is right on the shore.
That's true.
Yeah, the inn is very near you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I'll
we
say
can
you
just
guys
go
are
on the
probably
ice and we can just
here-ish.
like take the ice to literally right here.
Yeah.
Probably. Because we have
Okay.
our sleds. Can't we just park our sleds on the edge of the ice?
Sure. I was gonna ask if you guys ever returned those sleds or not.
No.
Okay.
We said
Not
that
yet.
it was going to be that much silver for the appropriate amount of time, and that time has not passed.
Well, there might be an overcharge for late return, but we'll see about
He
that.
should have been specific.
Okay, so you
Blockbuster
guys-
sleds. What is this?
Drag
I
it
know.
across the ice to the shore.
Yep.
No invisibility, right? Just dragging it.
I don't. I'm gonna turn them invisible.
I
Okay.
still think invisibility is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moon Eye and Stew Drinker invisibly carrying the cauldron with Quill and Haskell and company walking along.
And I'm doing that at third level invisibility, so one cast to get both of them invisible.
Got it. To the inn. Have I got all of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. So you guys make it to the inn without incident. It is a little bit of a squeeze coming into the inn without trying to
Is there a
look
big gong
very
on the
weird.
door when they like bump
Yeah,
it into the door?
Or I think it's like Haskell opens the door, but then like steps back and waits. It looks like he waits a weird amount of time to enter the door as Stew Drinker and Moon Eye move through with the cauldron. There's a little bit of scraping on the wooden frame as the cauldron barely fits, but you guys are able to all
To the left,
huddle
brother.
inside.
To the left. Turn it to the left. No, lean the other way.
Pivot.
My
Pivot.
left or your
Pivot.
left?
Yeah.
Pivot. Okay. Are you continuing to concentrate on this, Haskell, even as you guys are inside the inn? You see Ronaldo at his usual corner spot. You see he's speaking with a woman, a human woman.
Yeah, I will continue concentrating on it until we're like ready for the big reveal.
You are muted, Quill.
I was going to suggest that we take it up to a private room.
Take this up to a private room?
Yeah, if we don't want it revealed to everyone.
Clear the stairs. I need
What?
a lot of walking space.
Why don't we just? Well, okay. Could have just hit it outside or something. Now we have to charge this thing up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like
Committed
sweating.
now.
Quill can't see them. They have like sweat dripping down their face. Let's take it upstairs. They can't say anything because they don't want to give away their invisibility.
Like,
Da, 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 da.
Great idea, Quill.
Okay. As you guys enter, Ronaldo like catches your eye, Quill, and sort of gives you a half nod. Just to okay. He'll nod in acknowledgement. And he appears to be wrapping up his conversation with this woman.
Then as we go up the stairs, the whole inn looks as the stairs creak and squeal as two Goliaths and a giant
Yep,
cauldron go up.
yep.
And
I'm just tickling
And
my
it's
little
just-
Gale.
and it's just
Tickle, tickle.
it's just Quill on the stairs right now. It's like creaking and
Ronaldo.
you're getting weird looks, Quill, as this ruckus is moving up the stairs. But you know, as you have learned already, people give you all a wide berth because, especially you, because you yelled at a townsperson the other day and they're a little scared of you. And you also screamed at them in the town square. You and Haskell are the scary ones as far as they're concerned. So you get weird looks, but nobody bothers you.
To be fair, I told them that I was related to that man and they set him on fire in front of me.
Well, desperate times.
I'm gonna shout at Ronaldo from the stairs.
He like waves his hand like, yeah, I gotcha. And then nods to the woman, and she gets up and kind of glances your way, Haskell. Since you're shouting at Ronaldo, and when she meets your eyes, her eyes like flash purple for a moment, and she grabs her head and rubs it as if she has a migraine or something, and then gives you a strange look, kind of fearful, and then rushes out the inn.
Haskell's gonna narrow his eyes at her, and then he's gonna ditch everybody, and he's gonna go following her.
Okay. You brushing past Ronaldo? He like tries to start talking to you.
Yeah, I'll brush past Ronaldo. We'll need you in the room.
Okay.
And then he's gonna go out the door after her. He's gonna slam the door behind him, and invisibility's gonna drop.
Okay. Where are you guys on the stairs at this point?
How fast are you guys carrying it up the stairs? Quill's walking moderate paced. She's not going slow by
Well, I
any
guess
means.
we're not going fast then if you're going a moderate pace.
She wants to make sure she gives you enough time.
Okay, well, we'll say you guys have made it to the top landing,
Okay.
but you haven't made it inside a room yet. Not to mention that you don't have a room here at this inn, so unclear as to specifically where you're planning on going. But you are up the stairs when the invisibility drops, and Quill, you're probably like at the very top stair, as now these two Goliaths are revealed holding this cauldron. Ronaldo's eyes go wide, and he like quickly hustles you guys down the hallway. And I guess he'll lead you probably to his room.
Perfect. The other option was I was going to break a doorknob.
Yeah, he'll hustle you into his room. It's small because it's only a single room, and now you're cramming so much into it. So standing room only, but you're able to all fit in there. Where's Annabelle?
Outside.
Oh,
Haskell would have left her out front. He would have,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't tie her down.
Yeah.
Heck no.
Okay. So we'll leave you guys in the room for the moment and jump outside to Haskell, who ran outside. And you see this woman is walking away from you, from the inn, at a hurried pace.
I'm gonna full-blown sprint if I need to.
You will need to, and she kind of turns around and looks panicked as you're running after her. She sort of starts to make a break for it, but you catch her easily enough.
Just wait.
What?
I'm not
What?
going to hurt you.
I didn't do anything.
I know you didn't.
I'm sorry.
Just settle down. Your eyes. I just saw what they did.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please just let me go. I swear I didn't have anything to do with that burning. I promise. Please just leave me alone.
She's a human.
Yeah.
Get down here closer where I can see you.
She doesn't budge.
You hear them, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You hear
Please.
things in your head.
She looks around, frightened. People are they are like seeing you and that this woman is agitated and they are going the other way. They want to have nothing to do with you.
Let us go somewhere more private.
I don't want to.
Can I
Please.
try to diplomatize her?
Sure.
I'm not going to hurt you. I am somebody in a similar situation. Persuasion. That's gonna be a 9, because Haskell's more used to scaring people.
Well, you do have hero points. I'll tell you right now.
I
That's not going to be
will-
enough.
I will hero point.
Okay.
Let's do it. That's a 20. 22.
Okay. She still looks worried, but finally nods and I don't know, she'll like duck into a small tucked away kind of alleyway.
Okay, yeah. Haskell will follow her. Were you taken from somewhere and brought here?
No. What are you talking about? I grew up in East Haven.
Do you hear voices in your head?
I don't want to talk about that.
But you must. I hear them too. I haven't met anybody else who has. How did it happen? The creatures?
No.
They come for you.
What? Are there
He's gonna sense motive.
Okay.
He's not buying it. He thinks she's lying. Is that an insight?
Yes.
That's an 11.
You are detecting scared from her, worried. You don't know this woman, obviously. So you aren't picking up any obvious tells if she is lying.
Just tell me how it started. Is there any chunk of time missing?
No,
You don't remember.
I just started hearing them just a few weeks ago. I don't know why.
What happened just before? Where were you?
I was at home. I didn't do anything.
And your home is here?
Yes, East Haven. I was just cooking and I just then it was just in my head and I it's a language I don't know, but I could understand it somehow and I don't know how. And you said there were creatures? Are they coming for me?
This doesn't make any sense. They might be. I don't know.
I do remember something. I remember that just earlier that day, I saw like a comet or a star or something fall out of the sky and it crashed in the mountains. And I've never seen anything like that before. And it was big and bright. And I thought it must have been a shooting star or something. But ever since that happened, I've been hearing these voices and
Which
I don't know why.
mountains?
The Spine of the World Mountains.
I know this place well enough to know where that's at now.
Yeah, it's like the mountain range to the south.
Has anybody else been complaining about similar things?
Well, that's why I was talking to Ronaldo. He said he'd heard of a few other people around 10 towns with this sort of thing.
Ronaldo just knows everything, doesn't he?
I was just looking for help, okay?
You may not be safe. I'd recommend not leaving town for a while.
Her eyes go wide and her face goes even paler than it already was. What do you mean?
Listen, I'll be around town for a bit. It's very important. If you see anything else about this, hear anything, meet anybody else with the same problem, ask around for Haskell.
Okay.
That's me if you haven't gathered.
Okay.
What's your name?
Ellen.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ellen. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Just don't listen to the voices. They deceive, even if they seem like they are leading you straight.
They aren't really asking me to do anything. They're just
Not
calling.
yet.
They're just calling for help.
Calling for help. For you specifically, have they called you by name?
No, nothing like that. It's just this language that I couldn't even say any part of it. It's just, but I can tell they're calling for help.
Has Haskell heard anything like this recently?
Not recently, but all the way back at the Elven Tomb, you did hear a cry for help when you shut yourself in the tomb.
Right. Don't respond to it. Just ignore it. I will deal with it.
Okay. Can I go now?
Yes. I'm sorry to disturb you.
She'll nod and hustle away.
He's just gonna stand and fold his arms as she leaves, and then he'll leave shortly afterwards.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the squished room. So, this is it, huh? The magical cauldron of the Lake Witch. You have brought it to me.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you would be more excited.
You're excited, Ronaldo. It is. Oh my gosh! I think I just picked up his accent. It is just that we are not clear as what your plan is with this.
It is also very hot in this room.
He'll go open a window for you, Mooneye.
Thank you.
Well, like I was telling Stew Drinker, now that we have this cauldron, it will be so much easier to convince the townspeople to listen to you. You are hated here. You are disturbers of the peace. You have shouted at them, all of that, but you want to stop these sacrifices, so you need to look like heroes to them. Now that I have the token of you slaying this great, dangerous frost druid, yes, and also this beacon of hope, we can create unlimited food, feed everyone in town forever. You see, we start to craft a narrative that people can listen to and people can believe in. Even more so than the fear and the cold of sacrificing to the Frostmaiden. Now do you see what I aim to do? We take these things into town, into the town square. I, with my excellent, unmatched oratorial skills, will weave the tale for the people and tell them of your heroic deeds. And then you, of course, will demonstrate some of these heroics, give, a little bit of a show. And then soon a crowd forms, and the speaker has no choice but to listen to us because the town is with us. You cannot do it another way. Well, you could, but that does involve a lot more killing, I think. I am generally opposed to that.
How does this sound to you, Mooneye?
It seems to be the plan that you had expected.
And you, Stew Drinker, I remember that look of a hero in your eyes. It's still there. That is your destiny, and here we are, seizing it.
Yeah.
Everyone will know the name Stew Drinker and know that he is a true hero.
I hope so. I'm sorry, Ronaldo. I'm just a little tired from that fight.
Ah, yes, you all look awful. Well, except you, Quill. You look about the same.
Thank you.
Yes, we don't have to do this right now. You do need to look the part of heroes, so perhaps you should get some rest first. Where's your friend, Haskell? He ran off.
Is indisposed, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I will hold on to this, if you don't mind.
I do not think you could take it anywhere, even if you wished to.
That is true. And you all get some rest. Haskell, you probably get back around this time.
What time is it?
Probably getting on toward Icewind Dale's version of evening.
Haskell would start shouting for Quill when he got back to the inn.
You hear Haskell shouting.
I'll
for
step
you, Quill.
outside of the room and fetch him so he can get this. I will leave out the fact that Ronaldo said that he was the best at talking.
Where's Ronaldo?
He is in his room.
I'm gonna go walking past Quill and go to his room. Ronaldo.
Yes, my friend Haskell. It is nice to see you. You kind of brushed me off last I saw.
I had important business to take care of. Is there any sort of bounty on this witch? Would it either help our case, or would it earn us more coin if we had the witch alive?
I do not think the witch is what matters here. I think everyone would be pleased to hear that you have her cauldron. Whether or
About
not
in
she is
terms of
alive,
bounty.
I know of no bounty. She was not causing trouble except for those who wandered into her caves, as far as I know. But if you are looking for gold, I am sure the speaker will pay a pretty price for this cauldron. Once we convince him that it is indeed the way that his town will be saved.
Very well. No use for the witch whatsoever, then. We should just dispose of her.
Are you keeping her out back or something?
Something like that.
He looks a bit disturbed at this. I suggest you do not bring her into town.
Well, she's already here.
I hope you understand what we are trying to do here. We are trying to get the townspeople on your side.
Yes,
Marching
exactly.
a witch in front
That's why
of
I'm
them will
consulting on you.
probably...
I will dispose of the witch then. Very well.
Right.
Do not be concerned. Haskell has it under control.
Of course.
He's gonna give him just a creepy grin.
Haskell is the model of control, I can tell.
Any witch hunters in town?
What sort of town do you think this is?
Apparently not a very proper one. No witch hunters, no bounties on witches. What
Do
good
you
is
think if this
place?
town was full of witch hunters, I would have had to send you to go get this cauldron?
Witch hunters are incompetent, so probably.
I do not know where you come from, but in 10 towns, you have fishermen, you have tinkerers.
And speakers that run everything because they speak words. I am aware. Thank you, Ronaldo.
Just
Waste
trying
of a
to
good
help.
shadow. He's gonna go walking away grumpily.
I think that one needs a little extra rest.
We are quite tired. It has been a long day.
Well, meet me in the morning then, huh?
Of course.
Wait, is Ronaldo staying with the cauldron?
All right, good night now. And he'll
I'll be
shuffle
sharing
you
a room
all
with
out the
you.
door and is
We're
trying to
not
shut the
staying
door.
alone with this cauldron.
Can I do a sense motive?
Sure.
Is this guy being sketch?
Sure.
What is that called? An insight?
Insight.
I got a 19.
Very
You
insightful.
you don't suspect well, like you said, he couldn't move it probably if he tried.
Mhm.
And you can tell that there is some like eagerness and excitement from him, but knowing what you know about him, he's probably just planning on like studying this thing and writing about it, and like he's really excited to have some time to examine this really cool magical object for the sake of his craft rather
Sure.
than him trying to like steal
He's
it
gonna
out
make
from
up
under
a
you guys.
fun story.
Mm-hmm. But it does seem like he does seem motivated to get that alone time to just like focus and do his thing.
I am not concerned about it, Haskell, if that puts your mind at ease.
It does not. You know how naive I think you are, Quill.
You have
Haskell,
mentioned
how
it
do you
once or
think I
twice.
move? How do you think I steal this thing? Is that what you are so worried
I
about?
know you're capable of magic.
I have demonstrated no such thing.
Yes, but I know you are capable of it. One does not present himself with as confidence as you if they do not possess the ability to cast magic.
Some have called my stories quite magical, but that is the extent.
I'll be sharing the room with you tonight.
I will not be sharing a bed with you, so I suggest you find somewhere else to sleep.
I have a bedroll in a corner of your room.
And you are not welcome here. I'm already doing a favor.
If you take this cauldron, if I wake up and this cauldron is not here, I will hunt you to the edge of this frozen hell. Do you understand, Ronaldo?
I understand perfectly, Haskell. And I do believe you are the type to do just exactly that. You have that crazy look in your eyes. The one that... Well, anyway. I've seen those before. I would not cross you.
Good. Then I
Good.
believe you.
All right, now get out of my face.
I have a trick to show you, Quill. Come on.
He shuts the door.
Oh, Quill gets a very long, suffering look, but she will follow you.
Are we resting?
I think
Is that
that's the plan. Ronaldo did not comp your room, though. So if you're going to
There we
stay
How
go.
in...
expensive is it?
Here we go, guys. This is when we start losing profit.
Haskell, you can go ahead and do your trick while I look up those things.
He'll bring Quill. I guess he'll go pay for a room, and he'll go take Quill into the room. I'll show you what I can do with the shadows.
Come, brother, we can sleep outside.
Yeah.
It's not going to do any good after I sleep. I was hoping to get more use out of it. And he's gonna, his eyes are gonna flash purple, and he's gonna start breathing out like this slow exhale, and this like stream of shadow is gonna come pouring out of his mouth and swirl around him.
Where are you when this is happening?
In his room that he just purchased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When the shadow settles down, he's gonna look exactly like the witch did. This is my trick. Now I know like basic information about the person whose shadow I take and who I'm mimicking, Tori.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like anything notable that I would pick up about this cauldron or situation? It doesn't give me secrets, but it gives me like basic knowledge that they would share with acquaintances.
Yeah. So you learn that she had been in the caves for a while. She used to have 2 sisters in her coven, but she tired of them. And she enjoys a good hearty stew with fresh victims. She did not create the cauldron, she came upon it.
Okay. He's gonna just like close his eyes for a bit as after his form changes, what he's kind of taken in all these memories. I've studied under religious places. I know many noble arts. This is one of the darker ones I picked up. And his voice sounds exactly like the witch did as well.
I will not lie to you, this is quite disturbing.
Can be very useful, though.
I see.
I was hoping
The
to get at least some
witch
memories.
spoke of the fact that there was things that we would not find unless she were to tell us. Do you know anything of that nature?
I don't recall any of that, do I, Tori?
Only that she knows of a great fortune.
Perhaps I shouldn't have killed her so quickly. She knows of some great fortune, but I can't pry secrets from the old memories.
That is fine. She deserved to die.
Why are we
You
destined
never-
to not get paid in this place, Quill?
I am not sure of that. I thought that adventurers got paid quite well, as they put their lives on the line.
Not in this cold, miserable place.
Perhaps someday we will leave this place.
He's gonna sit down, just like in a chair in the room. Can you think of anything we can do with this phone before I waste it? My original plan was to turn this into the speaker, collect a bounty, and then escape after you got paid.
I see. I unfortunately, if what Ronaldo says is true, do not know how we would pull off this trick.
I agree. My back hurts in this form, and he's gonna end it.
It's
It's just gonna be like some shadow
Okay.
that melts off of him, and it'll look like
As the
that's-
shadow melts away, your mind is filled with this horrid shriek that fades as the shadow leaves you.
Okay.
Well, that's all there is to that trick. You asked, so I thought I would show you.
Thank you. That was quite interesting.
It's better than lighting goats on fire, that's for sure.
That was an accident, and it happened one time. When
know
will
I
you let
kid
it go?
most of the time, right, Quill?
It seems as if you were joking, but you bring it up far too frequently for it to be funny, so...
I don't think you've had enough friends to learn how to be teased. I'm just giving you experience. Not being so naive.
Is he being honest with her right now? She narrows his eyes distrustfully.
He
I-
just looks exactly like he always does.
I do not know if I trust you. This seems like one of those things where I would believe you, and then you would call me naive.
I have called you my friend. It's not something I take lightly. So start trusting.
All right, well then I thank you.
If you should not trust me, you will not know it. You will regret it greatly later. But that should not happen with a friend. Not unless you give me reason to.
There are times when friends betray friends.
And I'm gonna go get ready for bed.
As you walk away, your pocket buzzes or jingles. I don't remember what we established.
She rolls her eyes and then she'll pull it out. But she'll like step out into the hall to get some privacy away from Haskell.
Have you
Luck for
taken
that.
care of the Dwergar in East Haven yet?
We have taken care of the Dwergar in East Haven, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I've told her that already.
Did you tell her of the location on all of the and the Sunblight Fortress and everything?
So I told her that we took them out, we saw them on a boat, and that we went to, and that we know of a tower that we're supposed to go to next to look for her thing.
Right.
And I told her that we were going to wrap up the cave first before heading
Yeah.
over there.
I do remember that. Okay.
Okay.
Different question then.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you even listen to me?
Tori does not remember. She will say, did the Dwergar give you any information before you did with it as you should have?
What information do you speak of? I do not recall anything that I have not already told you.
Any locations? I'm
Yes.
hoping to send some scouts from the Black Knights to go
I see.
see the status of this issue. Our master is quite concerned and wants me to deal with this.
Of course. One moment. Let me pull out my notebook, and then I will tell you those times.
Is she just talking right outside the door?
Like she's
don't
in the
know.
hall, probably like pacing.
She got her own. Well, did you pay for your own room, Quill?
I thought we were definitely going to be sharing for some reason. Was I
Oh.
wrong about that?
Haskell's not
Guess it's-
sharing.
Okay, yeah, I'll get my own room.
Okay. So I guess, are you in your room then?
Yeah. So I'm trying to find on our list here where the name was of the place they told us. You just said a tower name.
Sunblight Fortress. And he gave you a location in the mountains.
Yes, the Sunblight Fortress. It is in the mountains. Between here, but before here.
Phil, like, describe location.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot. All right. I'll send some of the knights. Hopefully the ones that I do aren't entirely incompetent. You would not believe what a headache it's been dealing with them for so long.
I have an idea, and my eyes dart towards Haskell's room.
I wish more people understood what it's like to be like us. Above the rest. It's a difficult job, and not nearly enough people appreciate the work that we do.
Leadership is a difficult role.
Yes, indeed. I suppose I at least have you to take solace in. Someone who is at least a bit closer to my level.
So she'll put the walkie-talkie down and go like, and then bring it back up.
Of course, you can speak to me at any time when I am not fighting for my life, of course.
Well, should you ever require assistance, I would be happy to send my gargoyles to help.
Oh.
If they are not disposed already, of course.
Of course. That is an interesting proposal. We have managed so far, but thank you.
Yes, you seem to have acquired quite an effective following. You have the brute strength, and some of the magical talent as well. You've got a well-rounded team.
That is what it is. It is a team. They do not belong to me.
Oh. I misunderstood the situation then.
No, you are... I perhaps thought that I had more control over them than I had. But as time goes on, it is hard to not see them something closer to friends. Do you ever have that problem?
I have found, for people like us, it is quite important to be very clear on who is truly a friend and who is merely a tool.
I will keep that in mind.
And I have found in my experience that the tools outnumber the friends. I hope you know who your friends are, Quill. Who your friend is.
This has been sage advice. And I thank you, but my eyes are falling closed. I am quite exhausted.
Update me whenever you go to that spire. I am extremely interested to hear what you find there.
Of course, you'll be the first one to know.
All right. She signs off. Stew Drinker and Moon Eye, you guys are camping outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you taking the igloo spike or just full on sleeping in the street?
I mean, I thought we just sleep like under a dock. but
Just straight on the ice?
sure.
Oh my
We've slept-
goodness. That
We've slept on
sounds-
ice before.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's your nighttime. Okay. That sounds so cold. All right. So you guys all pass the night, and actually we'll go ahead and break there and take a short rest as our characters take a long rest. So we'll be back in 10 minutes at 9:15 or whatever 15, depending on what time zone you're in. So yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go away. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. You all sleep in your various locations, Quill and Haskell in a nice, relatively warm room for once, and Stew Drinker and Moon Eye apparently on the literal ice underneath a dock. So
Well, we lay down some animal skins.
I know, but those animal skins are
We're not
also going to get
ogres.
cold. Yeah, so it's cold, but you guys are Goliath, so I guess it's whatever. Annabelle sleeps outside, and Gail is in your room too, I guess. Cool. Nobody objects because they're all too afraid of you guys.
Makes sense.
We'll
And
gladly
Gail
take
is-
Annabelle and Gale if you want.
Annabelle, that's true. Annabelle might go with you guys. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, and Quill, you wake up to a tapping on your window. We'll say you have a window.
Good to know. So she'll sit bolt upright, like grab onto her covers and like look towards the window.
The light is such, and you can tell from your internal clock that it is morning. It's
Okay.
probably not far earlier than you would have woken up anyway.
In that case, she will reach over to the bedside table, and she has the same knife that she used to kill the last couple of people that she had to, and she'll like slip out of her bed and creep towards the window, her blade like lifted up and ready.
Okay. As you come closer, you see a gargoyle hovering in the air outside your window. Actually, I guess now it would probably be like holding onto the side of the building. And it has a parcel in its hand.
Quill will sigh, set the dagger down, like pull her hair over onto one shoulder and like figure out how to open this window.
We'll say it's a slide up.
Perfect.
The gargoyle hands you the parcel with a grunt. You recognize it. You know Avarice has 2 gargoyles, and this is one of them that you've seen.
Well, hello there.
She said in a British accent.
Hello there,
Hello
General
there.
Kenobi.
What is this?
The gargoyle just nods at the package and then leaps off the building and starts flying away.
Thank you. And she'll take it and shut the window because it's hella cold outside, crawl back in bed with the package, and then like start unwrapping it.
Gail has climbed up into your bed and huddled in the warmth of where you were lying.
She'll call him a brat and scooch him to the side.
All right, you unwrap the package.
Mm-hmm.
It's soft, and as you unwrap it, you see it is a beautiful cloak with feathers, kind of similar to hers, not exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
like
it's
poofy.
It's very, very nice, poofy at the top, and instead of white, it's this very vibrant royal blue.
Oh, that'll be great when Levistus's blue takes over all of my skin.
I see. So Haskell needs to date if he wants to get loot in this town.
It-
Understood.
Quill will like kind of like do like a little squeal and fall back onto her pillow and like hold it up above her and like stroke the feathers with her thumb and get all excited.
There's a note that falls like out of the packaging as you are freaking out about the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "I take good care of my friends," and then a little heart, and then A.
Okay. So she'll reach into her bag and pull out the Rocky Talkie and bring bring buzzer.
Bing.
You can leave whatever message you like.
Okay. She'll say, "Thank you for the gift, friend."
She'll say, "I didn't want you getting cold out there. And since I'm not there to keep you warm, thought this might help instead."
Okay. She'll send back, "I will be sure to make good use of it. Until I can see you next time, at least."
I love Matt's reactions as he's just listening silently, just like,
I'm just so happy.
That's great.
all right. So in the morning, you guys meet up at Ronaldo's room.
I have a mechanics question for you.
Mhm.
So currently I have a crag cat cloak that gives me a +2 to my spell saves. Can I like wear that like on my hip or something to still get the effect so I can have this gorgeous cloak? Or do I have to choose between the two?
How about this? We'll say the crag cat cloak is maybe more of like a cape, like a kind of smaller skin cape. So you can probably fit this cloak. But this is like a Jon Snow cloak. Like this
big,
is
like big,
floofy.
and it's gonna flow, and
Yes,
I'm gonna look intimidating as I
yes.
walk down a dark alleyway.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you can fit
Alright.
it over.
Perfect. Okay, cool. She'll come out wearing this fancy thing. Feeling like
Okay.
royalty.
You guys meet in the hallway. Quill is looking fly.
Where did you get that? Haskell's gonna spend his first spell slot of the day detecting magic.
He's an addict.
You detect magic inside Ronaldo's room.
It's not magical. Did you go shopping in the middle of the night?
Perhaps.
With what coin?
Perhaps someone just gave it to me, Haskell. Did you ever
In 3
consider
weeks. I won't have a place to stay here.
It was a gift
From who?
from a friend. And she'll brush past as if she doesn't have to explain anything else.
You don't have any friends here.
Ronaldo
I thought you said that you
opens
were
the
my
door.
friend.
Oh, excellent. We are all here. Wow. Quill, you are looking excellent. Perfect for the occasion. That will be a winning look. I already know it.
I know.
I
did you
wish
find
the
out
rest
about
of you
this?
had dressed for the part, but I suppose this
I
will
wish
have
somebody
to do.
would pay me to go get new clothes.
Well, perhaps you can take that up with the speaker when you sell him the Scaldron.
I'm
But
fine
first,
with my
we
clothes.
must. And that is a very good state to be in, Mooneye. I am very glad for you. Now, we have no time to lose. We must perfect the show here. So, what are each of you doing? How are you going to help me here? I can tell a marvelous story, but I need you to back it up with demonstrations of your skill and your heroics. So, have you been thinking of this? Have you been practicing all night? I want to hear it.
I can tell the grand story about how we slayed the witch.
Yes, and you are all going to be just standing there dumbfounded while I do this. No, no, no. We need action. We need
I will add
need a
magical
show.
effects.
Okay. Perhaps that drum of yours can be of some use. Huh?
Obviously.
Okay. We
If
have
they
a
ask me questions, I will answer them.
Moon,
When
I
I-
just start doing something about the Moon Maiden or something or another.
for once.
But the Moon Maiden
Haskell-
was not involved in our situation.
Disagree.
A trick with your
Did
one
you
eye.
not bring your eye out and start healing us?
You
Well,
can
yes,
do
but
tricks with the eye. Oh, that will be so
it is
good.
not a trick.
I cannot do tricks with the eye, and I am not going to heal the people there, so I will not be bringing the eye out.
If I give myself a little cut, will you do the eye trick?
No, there is no
What if I need
need.
healing?
You will not need healing
Haskell's
while
gonna
we
pull
are
out his
talking
dagger
about...
and he's gonna slash the inside of his hand. Oh look, I'm injured.
Okay. Let's just slow down here, everyone. Mooneye, I can see you are a man of action and practicality. So perhaps you stand there and you fold your arms and you look very stern at everyone.
I can
He's
do
very
that.
good at that.
Okay. I think we are getting somewhere now. And maybe occasionally you can look up to the sky as if you are thinking of the Moon Maiden. Yes?
Well, the Moon Maiden is not out now. That it is daytime.
thinking
She-
of her.
I think
yes.
of her constantly.
Well, show it on your face. Now, Stew Drinker, I know you will be the hit. You and Tranquility, both of you together. I can see it now. It's such a good pairing.
I
So,
will tell you what will happen.
please do. With a cloak like that, you can command the crowd. I have no doubt.
You will start the speech. And then fog will wash across the stage. We will emerge from it as it fades away. And as you describe us, each and every one, we will perhaps strike a pose, cast a spell, make some sort of effect to strike the real sense of power into the people watching.
I'll summon like fire to my hand and like quash it.
Yes. Now he kind of like points his hand at you and looks to the rest of you guys. This is a real vision. Quill is getting it. We have to make this magnificent. Just
Why don't you
like
get
me.
Candles on the stage. A lot of them.
Perhaps we can go with Quill's plan and then you improvise. Come what is natural to you, you know? Do your tricks, show your strength, Stew Drinker. Yes, maybe wave your sword around. Perhaps let out a war cry at the moments of battle. Mooneye, yes, you are doing great. You just do that. And Haskell, the magic, the drums, it is
I
all
could teach
going
them
to
how
be
to
so
meditate.
nice. Perhaps if we have time later, but I think that maybe this will be enough. And then we pour some water in the cauldron and we finish the show serving stew. What do you think?
Haskell wants to put his concentrated detect magic on the cauldron and like inspect it really well. He wants to make sure it looks like the same cauldron.
Looks like the same cauldron, you're picking up the same magical signature.
Cool. This should work.
Then they leave with full bellies. They have been entertained. There is no way this fails.
I do not understand how it gets the point across. Why would they not just take the food and continue to make their sacrifices to the most powerful of...
Well, that is an excellent point, Quill. When we come to this final point of the show, then you will have this stage, and you, now with the love of the crowd, can tell them what to believe.
Do you think that it is love that we want to do this with? People who kill their friends are more motivated by fear, I find.
They are already motivated by fear. That is how we got to this situation in the first place. They need hope. They need
I agree.
leaders. The speaker, he has done nothing. He has called for these sacrifices, and what have they done so far? Nothing. But if you can show them there is another way, and that way is listening to you, then you have the town on your side.
Just force a smile. Let's get these idiots over with.
That's the spirit. Let's go. You, Moonlight Stew Drinker, you carry this, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, he marches excitedly out of the room. And
I'll go ahead and clear the way for the cauldron.
okay. You guys march through town into the town square, kind of in the area where the pyre was set up before. There's not like a permanent like stage there or anything, but there is sort of a clearing, and you can go there. And Ronaldo instructs you to set the cauldron down, and he pours some water in, and you see that the cauldron begins to, kind of bubble and do its thing. And he, from his pack, he unpacks a little folding stool, and he sets it up and climbs up on top of it. And he says, "Brothers and sisters of 10 towns of East Haven, come one, come all, please gather around." And his voice is surprisingly loud. It carries through this square, and you can tell that he is truly in his element now. And he begins telling the daring tale of your great heroic feats. Quill, he kind of snaps and like points to you to cue them fog.
Oh yeah, she'll cast fog cloud and she can like make it move every like 6 seconds. So it'll start around her and then quickly like overtake the stage.
Yeah, and people you see are starting to gather, especially now with the fog, like that stands out. And he introduces each of you one by one. And so first he says, "The great, mysterious, magic-wielding Haskell." Haskell, how do you step out of the fog and pose? What's your entrance?
Yeah, Haskell will be like doing his drum and mixing prestidigitation to make kind of some echoing sounds. And then he'll make some sparks and flare with it when he steps out.
There are a few scattered claps. Actually, go ahead and make a performance check.
Yeah, he'll be very thespian about it, That is going to be a 13, which is not okay with me and Haskell because he's better than that. So
Okay.
I'm going to hero point it.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. 21.
21. Okay. So people seem a bit confused at first, but then when you step out and you do this cool flashy, magic, and with the drums, there are more people starting to gather, and they start clapping and seem very impressed. And next, the tall, the stoic, the wise, chosen of the Moon Maiden, Mooneye. What do you do, Mooneye?
Walk out of the fog. Good morning.
Good morning, he says.
And go stand where I was supposed to.
Good morning. Okay. People seem a little confused again.
Skull's gonna like.
Do you want me to
dance
make a
around Moon
performance
Eye.
roll?
I think that you probably just kind of forfeit the role because you're not trying to perform. You're just like, hey, it's me. And that's Mooneye. But people are like, okay, they're gonna kind of wait this out and see. And next, the younger but no less daring brother, the strong, the warrior, the bear totem Goliath, Stew Drinker. How does
All
Stew
right.
Drinker step out?
Well, Stew Drinker, he just gets like a flash of inspiration in the moment. And so he takes out that little drift globe and he just kind of whispers so that it'll start to float behind him. And then as he's stepping out, he says the command word, all right, Esmeralda. And then you see the globe cast the daylight spell behind him. So then it's like just shining bright. And you just kind of see the silhouette of him amidst the fog. And he rips his shirt open, revealing a big gash scar in the front and the back. And he just starts doing some like bodybuilder poses.
Go ahead and make a performance check with advantage because you got the drift globe.
Sweet.
And you described it so well.
All right, that'll be 16.
Okay, people seem very impressed. They don't see daylight very often either, so that's a welcome sight. And they're kind of jazzed up again now after Moon Eye's sort of weird entrance. And finally, she is the beauty of the group. She is the power. She is the ice. She is the storm. I give you Tranquility and her loyal companion, Gale.
Oh man, that was a big hype up. Okay, so as my bonus action, I don't know if I need to tell you in actions what I'm doing, but I'll do a quick like dragon breath on myself with and I'll step out. My cloak unfurls behind me and I like look up at the sky and I'm gonna scream out my lightning breath so it goes like in a huge arc across the sky, not towards people, up and like out. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna pull the water from my little water skin that I have, and I'm going to, because I can animate little animals and stuff with it, and I'll have like two little fawns jump out and like come hopping out through the fog and then like leave the stage before like just dropping into water. And I'll come like, my little tyke's just gonna stand next to me and like grip onto my leg as I like look out intimidatingly over the crowd, just like trying to look regal.
Gale does seem a little spooked by all of this noise and people, so he is just sort of clutching to your leg. Go ahead and make a performance check. You can have advantage too because of all of your cool stuff.
Sweet. Perform 23 is my highest.
Okay. Very cool. So you guys all have great, cool entrances and everyone's very, very caught up. There is indeed a crowd forming. And I'm going to spend some villain points.
Ooh, that makes sense.
There's a small pocket in the corner and you hear a shout, "Hey! Those are the people who were yelling at us in the square. He threatened to kill us. Yeah." And there's a small corner group of people. And I'm gonna, let's see, how many villain points do I have? I'll drop 4 and I'll give them bad attitudes and I'll give them rotten vegetables.
Oh.
And you see that they begin, like, they go to a cart or something nearby and they start pulling out stale bread and, like, I guess they wouldn't have vegetables so much. We'll say, worse, they have fish. And they start moving toward the front of the crowd.
Ronaldo, I do not think they've enjoyed your performance.
They are going to, they look like they're getting ready to throw fish at you. What do you do?
How many are there?
There are, we'll say there are about 10.
Does it look like one of them is like a leader? Like, does it look like one of them's like inciting it?
You definitely heard a voice, and then sort of others like, "Hey, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I thought I recognized," like that kind of thing. And there seems to be one or two people sort of leading the pack. And the rest of the crowd who was into this show is now, they're starting to shift their attention toward this new show where maybe people get hit with fish.
It is time to rest. I'm gonna try and put them all asleep. I'm gonna cast it.
The 10 people or all of the crowd?
The 10 people. The 10 people.
Okay,
The ones who are gonna throw
okay.
things. I'll cast that as a level 3 spell.
Okay.
So that means I do 98.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it up.
Yep.
Oh.
47.
47. Okay. All right.
That was a good roll.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was.
you successfully put them all to sleep. And they all sort of like fall to the ground and drop their
Kelsey.
fish.
Moon Maiden wishes to spend time with you. Rest now.
And I'm gonna spend another villain point. Because you do have an extra 7. So I'm gonna say someone's child got caught in that. And
Oh.
a mother shrieks and says, "Oh, he just killed my child!"
Oh.
That's not true, woman. He's just sleeping.
Did you see that? He just slaughtered all of those people and my child.
They're sleeping.
What are the rest of you doing?
Okay.
Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Haskell's gonna cast hideous laughter on the one who's freaking out.
Oh, that's gonna make it go so much smoother.
This is like classic Band-Aid situation. Just like there's a leak in the boat, so we put some duct tape, and then there's another leak, so more duct tape, and eventually we're just not gonna have a boat left. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Is anyone else trying to do anything? Or
Yes.
Is okay.
I have other plans.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk towards her. They're sleeping. There's
Okay.
no reason for you to be concerned. They are sleeping.
Okay. Let's quickly roll initiative just for our own like turn order.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I can't click on myself because there's no
Oh,
thing here,
you
so
are
I'll
correct.
just have to.
Here, I'll move us here.
Okay, cool.
Okay. She starts shrieking as you move toward her. "Don't hurt me! You already killed my child! Stay away, you monster!"
Oh god. Go ahead, you guys. Take the initiative.
You do have a hero point if you want.
No,
You have 3.
I'm gonna let the chaos happen and
I'll
then hopefully
use a
come
hero
in
point.
for a save.
Okay. Haskell's using a hero point.
I got a 14.
Okay, you should be able to change your initiative.
Oh, can I change it? Oh, nice. Cool.
Okay, Stew Drinker, you're up first. Or you can react first.
In this case, Stew Drinker is gonna turn towards Ronaldo, and say, "Do you know what to do in a situation like this?"
We have
Got it
to.
covered.
Perhaps you should stop casting spells at them.
It's all just part of the show.
You told me to cast spells.
You shout in
drunk.
front of the whole crowd.
Yes.
That is not true. We are merely telling a story. Now just everyone calm down. It is okay. Stew Drinker, we need to get them back on our side. We need to get them focused on the right thing. Remember, heroes, helping, cauldron, not casting spells at people.
In that case, Stew Drinker is gonna take out and he's gonna take out a one of his torches, and he's gonna start smacking the cauldron with it to try to get everyone's attention back up to the front of the stage.
Okay. Go ahead and make I guess a persuasion check. You
Okay.
can go ahead and use your strength. if you
Oh,
would like.
okay. Sweet.
The harder you hit that cauldron, the better it is.
Oh, that's a 10.
Okay. Hero pointing or no, move on.
I'll move on.
Okay. Haskell, you hear the banging on the cauldron, but people are starting to get riled up, particularly about this woman's child. And especially now as Moon Eye has started kind of moving toward her and shouting about Ronaldo, telling them to cast spells and stuff like that.
Okay. I guess we'll take the classier route since Stew Drinker's trying his best. Okay. I am still going to cast a spell at somebody, though. I am going to cast a suggestion. So his eyes are going to flare purple, and he's going to shout over the crowd at that woman, "Just wake your child up and stay calm. Everything is going to be okay. Just share that with everyone." And I'm casting suggestion.
Okay. So there, she follows one course of action. So what is your suggestion in that specifically?
To wake her child up.
Okay. All right. I will roll. What's your DC?
14.
Meets it, beats it.
Does my thing let them reroll DCs, or is it only attack rolls they reroll?
I don't remember.
Either.
Just says reroll a d20 with a -2 penalty.
There you go.
Nice, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna hero point that.
All right, she will fail.
Okay. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just gonna continue to perform as if nothing is wrong and she's overreacting.
Okay. Quill.
Okay.
Gail has gotten a lot more agitated now that people are yelling and stuff.
I have a pretty clear idea of how I want this to look.
Okay.
But I don't know. Is everyone kind of like spread out for me? Can I say that they are? Like, I sense my little dude scurrying away. Like, I have 10 feet of free room around me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus,
So
she's going to
I'm-
lightning bolt again.
I'm gonna shout for silence. And she's gonna like pull herself up so tall and she's gonna say silence. And then she's gonna thunder step. So huge crack of thunder that only hurts people within 10 feet of me. So no one's there. And I get
I'm sorry. I misunderstood your question. There are 10, you are within 10 feet of your friends, but
okay,
you are
but I
not
can,
within
like,
10 feet of the
step
crowd.
forward, right? And be like away from them.
Is it,
How big
does
is
it,
this? Are we on a stage?
no, you guys are just sort of in a clearing
Okay.
in the square.
Okay.
Does it affect people who are around the area where you land or where you leave?
Just where I leave.
Okay, so your friends are next to you, so they would be affected, but none of the
So I can't
public.
walk away far enough.
Oh, I understand what you're asking now. Sorry.
I just want to be able to thunder step without hurting
Okay,
anybody.
Yeah,
Is it
I get
possible?
it. I get it. Yeah, okay. You can thunder step kind of to the other side. Yeah, you can make it happen.
Okay, so I thunder step, hurting anybody within 10 feet of me when I leave. But hopefully not, because I step forward away from people. Plus, I like shout for silence, stride forward a couple steps. Thunder cracks super loud, hopefully silencing like everyone in like surprise. And I'm gonna appear right before the mother who's with her child. And I'm gonna smile so sweetly at her. Just sleeping. Look. And I'll with like the back of my fingers like gently brush the child's face and make like little snowflakes like start coming down with like a little bit of water I have remaining inside of. Oh, that's too many actions. So I'll just like, hey,
you
wake
get,
up.
Yeah, you get
Wake
in
up.
front of this child.
Mhm. And I'll just like.
Okay,
Try
what's
and
the
wake it up.
effect you're trying to have?
I want to
This
first stun them into silence, kind of like when you clap your hands to get your
this
kids to like.
feels intimidating.
But then she smiles when she gets there and says, "It's fine. He's just sleeping."
Yeah,
It's just
I don't
like
really know
get
if
everyone's
that's-
attention.
I don't know if that's
Hey,
how I would
it's
feel
okay.
if someone just stepped in front of
Okay.
my child and then brushed their face with the back of their fingers.
I'll
and said,
intimidate if that's
"It's
what you want.
okay."
I can think of a lot of smiling gifs that are very intimidating. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
sharing in Discord.
We'll do intimidation.
Okay. That will be a 21.
Yeah, people shut up. They are not hard to intimidate.
Cool. Does the baby wake up?
So you technically have to spend an action to
Okay.
wake someone from sleep. So no, not yet.
Sounds good.
Moon Eye. People have been silenced for the moment. The mother they mostly look, like Quill said, stunned into silence. This isn't really like a warm, like waiting with bated breath silence. It's more like, are we all about to die right now? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the mother particularly is looking just wide-eyed. Her mouth is open with Quill right in front of her.
I will continue to move towards her. I would never hurt any of these people, especially your child. They are just sleeping. I have sent them to the Moon Maiden.
To the Moon Maiden? So you have killed my child. Oh, no, please. And she will use her action to follow Haskell's suggestion and try to wake her child, who does, in fact, wake up. And she clutches him to her chest desperately and is starting to cry. I thought I had lost you. I thought that the horrible Goliath had killed you. Moon Eye, sorry, you can finish your turn, but she has woken her child now.
Oh, Moon Eye's a little confused. I was declared horrible. You see, I didn't kill them. They're just sleeping.
Okay. Are you trying to persuade them? Moon
Yes,
Eye?
I'm trying to calm the situation.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check. You do have your fancy brooch, which gives you a +1 to
I
checks
didn't
to
even know that.
influence others while you're
Excellent.
wearing it.
Now I have a 0.
Whoa!
I rolled
Nat
a
20.
19.
Well, it's green, so you rolled a nat 20.
That's right,
and
I
then it
did,
got,
yeah.
Wow. I don't even know how this works. Go ahead
yeah.
and explain how this works so incredibly well.
You can see that your child is sleeping, and I'll kneel down like an animal, get to their level.
God.
That's what I throw back to my brother and giant before I kneel down. Everything is perfectly fine. I just put them to sleep, everyone, so that they would not harm any of you, and so that Ronaldo could continue telling his great performance and story that is important for you all to hear, because then you will all get free food.
All right, that's good. And I'm going to say part of this nat 20 is giving Ronaldo a very natural segue to get back on track. And he says, yes, he was merely protecting everyone from getting all of this out of hand. They were coming in with fish and they were going to throw them, and it was going to become a chaotic mob. And these true heroes, they are so wise, so powerful, that they could tell that this was going to happen. So instead of risking all of you, they acted first. They took initiative, as they always do, to mend the problem before it became out of control. And look here we are now. None of us are covered in fish, except for those perpetrators who were going to cause the trouble in the first place. And everyone they're bringing their attention back, like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Like, oh yeah, look, they are holding fish. I did hear they were gonna throw the fish. Like, they start coming back onto your side. And Ronaldo sort of gets back to the story, and says, yes, the free food. Let us not forget the tale I came to tell you all of, the story of this amazing group and how they retrieved the magical cauldron. And he, like, kind of jazz hands around the cauldron here. He glances at Haskell, and like he wants you to make some magical
Yeah,
sparkles.
Haskell's
or something,
already on top of it. Haskell's trying his best to salvage this with it.
I'm gonna stay standing in the crowd and listen to the story.
You're just gonna turn around and start listening.
Yeah, I'll stand with the woman.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So she seems still a little nervous about you, but like continues listening to the story. And he narrates the various parts of the battle with the witch and the great skeleton, and it was looking so dire for a while, and all of this stuff. And he gets to the part about we'll say he gets to the part about Stew Drinker fighting mightily with his great weapon. And what do you do in response, Stew Drinker? How do you add to the story?
Stew Drinker will are the pyres, are those anywhere nearby?
Oh, they aren't set up right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. In that case, Stew Drinker will simply pull out his greatsword and do his best sort of choreographed swinging, just really emphasizing really strong fluid movements, and maybe flexing just a little bit more than he would on an actual swing, just so he can make sure to show everyone how impressive he is.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, snap. Oh, I'm hero pointing that. I'm hero pointing that
Stew Drinker hits a townsperson and cuts them in half.
Okay, that'll be a 17.
All right, hero point salvaged it. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you swing mightily in the air and give a very cool display of your fighting prowess, and people are wowing, oohing, and awing. There's a little girl who points and says, I want to be him when I grow up.
I'll say, that's my brother.
And then when things were looking dire and people were falling left and right, the great Moon Eye came with the healing of the Moon Maiden. Ooh, ah. And Moon Eye, it is your moment to act, although you can do what you like.
It's true, I did. I called upon the Moon Maiden and her blessings to bring upon her caring light upon us.
Haskell trying to salvage the showmanship.
Trying to make it a very moonlighty type song.
Cool, okay. Go ahead and make a performance check with disadvantage, Moon Eye. But that's a 1 total, not a nat 1.
Exactly. It's a 1 total.
Oh,
So
but you do
the
have your
dirty
brooch.
one?
You do have your
Oh,
brooch.
that's
so
right.
It would
So
be
it's
2.
a 2. Yeah.
And with chat, it's a 4. A 4 total. Are you gonna hero point or are you gonna leave it?
I'll leave it.
Okay.
It's very Moon Eye.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a villain point then and capitalize on this situation. And there's a kid kind of near you. We'll say it's the brother of this girl who was saying, I want to be him when I grow up. This little boy, as you're like, oh, it's true, I did it. This snot-nosed little kid pipes up and he says, you don't look so powerful. Why don't you prove it? You're just standing there. You're not even doing all of the cool stuff.
Well, there's no need for me to do the cool stuff.
You're
So I'm not going to do
boring
it.
and lame. That's not what heroes look like.
Whose
Perhaps you have
fucking
not-
kid is this?
Perhaps you have not experienced enough time out in the wilderness communing with the spirits to understand.
This kid he's gonna spit on the ground and say, you're boring, and he kicks you in the shins, Moon Eye.
And with that, the big,
Kicks me in
powerful,
the
yet
shins.
boring Moon Eye disappeared. And Haskell's going to cast invisibility on Moon Eye. And then just say, shh, to Moon Eye.
Okay. The crowd seems to be a little confused at this turn of events. It doesn't seem to really fit in the narrative, but Ronaldo nods to you, Haskell, and yes, so then after the powerful Moon Eye, who is now gone to see the Moon Maiden,
Never fear, I am here. I didn't want to scare the children.
This kid, oh my gosh, I have so many villain points. I don't even know if I'm gonna get through all of
How
these.
did you get them all back?
someone wants to
Exeter, what have you done?
this kid picks up a fish and just throws it at the big empty space that was talking as Moon Eye.
How is this kid getting so many actions before I can kick his ass?
Okay, sorry. We can go back into initiative. So this is the state of things. Haskell will say your action was casting invisibility and
Yep.
taking care of that. Tranquility, your turn.
Okay.
He's kicked him in the shins and he threw a fish. And now there's sort of like floating fish goop because it's just on Moon Eye, but it's invisible.
Okay. How far away is this kid?
I mean, I'm not super worried about measurements here. We'll say you can get up to him if you want to.
Perfect. I would love to get up to him. So, with like a flare of her cloak, Quill is going to stalk towards this little tiny monster. And she will tower as much over this kid. How old is this child? I need to have an accurate image in my head.
We'll say 11.
He's 11? Okay. All right. My son's turning 11 very, in a few months here. So I'm well familiar with this age. So she will, just grab his shoulder and whirl him around to face her. And she will lean in and she will say, Moon Eye has control over the night sky of life and death, and you are lucky that his patience is a bottomless well. Mine, however, is not. We have killed the great terrible witch. What do you think we can do to little boys who mock heroes? Tell me, child, who was your parent who taught you to behave this way?
What garbage town is this, where you send people out to die and you mock those who try to save you, who feed you, who care for you when no one else around you does?
Will, tranquility, the story, get it back on track.
This is falling apart at the seams, Ronaldo. You better just get to the pitch.
I'm trying to do that.
Watch your tongue. I
Go
will
ahead.
hiss at this stupid child.
I'm going to lean down behind Quill. I think you're scaring him.
All invisible.
That is the intention, Moon Eye.
This kid's eyes are as big as saucers. Actually, go ahead and make an intimidation check.
I would be happy to make an intimidation check. All right, 14. It'll bring me to we're coming back over to the hero side, but I don't think it's high enough. I am going to spend a hero point because that was quite a speech she just did. And we're gonna go again for that intimidation. All right, 17.
Okay, this kid is
19.
petrified.
Oh, you're right. So that was 17 plus 2, 19.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This kid is petrified, and he starts backing away from you, and then you see a large, burly fellow come walking up, put his hand on the boy's shoulder, and he says, "You messing with my son?"
Are you
And,
the one who forgot to teach your son manners?
Well,
Because I would like to have a talk with you.
We
We'll
are
go to
not
Moon Eye.
messing with your son. I wish
Oh,
to tell him
boy.
he should continue to question things. It is important to look for guidance in every day of your existence.
This
You're
invisible
still
voice.
invisible.
This disembodied voice
This
comes
guy
over
looks
Will
so
Moon Eye's some like
confused.
invisible narrator right now.
What is your child's name?
Stupid head.
Who? What is this? Some kind of ghost? What's going on here?
No, I am Moon Eye, a priest of the Moon Maiden.
This is a priest of the Moon Maiden, and your son has deemed it the appropriate to throw fish at him.
Well, that was not appropriate.
It was
But
not.
His questions were very good.
Ronaldo, like, sort of, and with Stew Drinker banging on the cauldron and stuff, he says, "And so then they, through magic and great bravery, they slayed the witch, and they brought this magical cauldron back to you, where we can all enjoy unlimited free food. Come and get it." And desperately, like Haskell, trying to salvage what's left of this situation, and some of the crowd starts dispersing, going toward the cauldron, and this guy stays behind with his hand on his son's shoulder, though he's sort of backing away because he's very confused about this disembodied voice that is speaking to him.
I will
What is your
Wanted
son's
to
name?
scare the crowd. I could have taken care of that.
That could have gone better, huh? He turns to Stew Drinker.
Yeah. And Stew Drinker will start to pour water into it.
Yeah, so he did, I should say, he's poured water into it at the
okay.
beginning, so now it's like
Oh.
fully, it's ready to go, it's bubbling, and perhaps you can put on a nice face and start serving the stew, and then maybe they will think at least you're a hero. And perhaps the small one. I'm not going to lie. I did not think that Haskell would be the one who kept his cool during this.
Yeah. All right. And Stew Drinker will start like just ladling some out into little bowls and handing them happily out with a smile.
Okay.
What point is this supposed to stop the ritual sacrifice, Ronaldo?
Well, I wasn't anticipating your friends, they're casting spells at the crowd. I mean,
Have you not
other
met
than
them?
for show. I've met you.
Yes.
I was worried about you, but
Why were you worried about me? I'm an excellent performer.
well, that is now clear. I should have been worried about others. I will try to mend the
Everybody on this
situation.
frozen hell is so naive. Just fix it.
Can
Look
you
at the
help with this
speaker.
stew at least? Talk it up. Make it, I don't know, delicious.
I will
well.
help hand out the stew, but before I do, I just want to say your son asks very good questions. If he ever seeks to understand greater knowledge with the world, please seek me out. I would be honored to take him on as an apprentice.
This
We're
guy's
honored
still
to
slowly
teach you
backing away,
manners.
looking around as your voice is just coming out of nowhere.
Moon
Haskell
Eye.
will
Come on, Dirk, let's go.
Dirk.
Did you
Haskell's gonna
choose that
start
name at
talking.
random?
Yes, I did, but it seems so
Okay.
fitting.
It was very
Yes, it
fitting.
does.
Dirk was Chase's online profile for like a very long time, so I thought you knew that and were like taking a sip at Chase.
I just assumed you chose Dirk because he has
destiny.
the ability to stab deeply into people.
Hold their emotions.
Just because he's a middle schooler.
That's so funny.
Okay, the little girl comes up to you, Stew Drinker, and she says, "How did you get so strong? I want to be just like you when I grow up."
Oh, well, what's your name?
Which ones of these do I like? My name's Annette.
Annette. Well, it's nice to meet you, Annette. You can call me Stew Drinker.
That's a funny name.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you want to be strong like me, what you gotta do is, well, is there something you like to do, Annette?
I like to play swords. That's why I want to be like you.
Oh,
And she draws a little wooden sword from her belt, a little toy wooden sword.
perfect. Well, it'll take a bit of time, but all you gotta do is make sure that you use this every day. Make sure that you spend enough time. Find someone that might be a little bigger than you, might be a little stronger than you, and well, you train with them until you can beat them, and then you find someone bigger than them, and then you keep doing that until there's no one bigger than them.
And you drink plenty of stew. Spread that around.
Could
This
I
stew
have some
particularly.
stew?
Absolutely. And Stew Drinker will maybe ladle a little bit extra in her bowl and say, "All right, keep this quiet, okay?"
Both of you make perception checks, Stew Drinker and Haskell.
Oh my gosh, someone sneaking poison into our stew?
Knew we couldn't trust that Ronaldo fellow. $14.
12.
Either of you want a hero point?
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds like I should.
Just neither of those is going to be high
My
enough for what
insight
you
on
want.
Tori says yes.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay, Haskell. As Stew Drinker serves up some stew, and she's holding the bowl, like not paying attention, and looking up at Stew Drinker. This is a stupid amount of villain points, but I just got a whole ton at the end, so I'm just gonna dump all of them since we're at the end of the stream anyway. And I'm gonna say that not quite all of the human remains were cleaned out of the cauldron.
What?
And Haskell, you see bobbing in her stew what surely is a severed finger.
Oh, looks at the spell list.
It's
Well, we
technically a
just made the
person. Can
town
you cast
cannibals.
invisibility on it?
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna
It
try
does
to cast
Haskell to the
invisibility
bet
on
with
the
your nat
finger.
20 and everything. It does not seem like anyone has noticed yet or like complain about this or anything.
Haskell's
so-
gonna grab a bowl out of Stew Drinker's hand. He's gonna grab the ladle. He's gonna crawl like up the cauldron. I'm just so hungry all of a sudden. He's gonna scoop that finger into his own bowl. And then he's gonna put his arm over the top of the bowl. Nobody touch my stew. This is the best stew in the world, and it's mine.
Okay. So you're scooping the finger out of her bowl, is what you're trying to do, or you?
Oh, it's in
are you-
her bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in the kids' stew. It's going in my bowl.
Okay, so you just grab it
I'm just
from
gonna
her.
scoop it with a ladle. I'm gonna ladle her bowl into mine.
Okay. Go ahead and make, I guess, deception. Is that what is you're trying to play this off as you
Yeah.
wanting the stew?
He wants the stew so bad he will steal it from a child.
Okay.
All right. 23.
I hoped. Oh, nice. Yeah. The people immediately around you like give you the look that you would give anyone who just stole
He's
food
gonna
from a
hiss at them all,
child.
and then he's gonna cast invisibility on himself.
Okay, Moon Eye, you're no longer invisible.
Okay.
All right, Quill.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
Oh, I'm just
Just like
mad
mad
dogging
dogging.
this guy as he backs away and offering lessons in manners if he needs help with that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm big flexing, but nobody can tell. I got so much muscle
Gail is
today.
also like helping you out and like
Ugh,
bearing
yeah.
teeth.
Quill
And Moon
is
Eye just
staring
appears.
down somebody still.
Yeah,
And I
the
just
dad,
appear.
Dirk's dad. And yeah, Moon Eye just appeared out of thin air.
Can Haskell walk over there and just
While
pants
she
the guy while
does
he's invisible?
etiquette,
This is
I
while
will
you're
be able
stealing
to
stew
teach
from a
him-
child.
spiritual understanding.
The guy is shocked when you appear. And the kid, as he's kind of being dragged off, gives you one last.
Don't worry, it's the gift from the Moon Maiden. There's no reason to be shocked.
Right. Come on, Dirk. These people are weird. Stew Drinker. Haskell has just hissed at everyone and turned invisible after stealing the stew from this child. And she seems very upset. She's got the quivery lip and the big eyes.
Stew Drinker is gonna come back down and say, "Hey, sorry, he does that sometimes, but don't worry. Look, when in your quest to be stronger, to be the strongest, you're gonna encounter that sometimes. Sometimes someone's gonna come in and take your stew, but you just gotta keep your chin up, keep your head held high, and you're gonna be the strongest." And I'm going to call my drift globe over, and I'm gonna say, so until then, I know that there are gonna be times where it seems like it's a little dark. It might be a little tough sometimes. But just so you can always keep your head held high, this can give you a little light. And I'm going to hand the drift globe over to this little girl.
Wow! This is the shiniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is it magic? It looks magic. Is it magic?
Yeah. But be quiet about it, because when it comes to magical things, sometimes other people might want it. And
Like the stew.
exactly. You don't want someone to take this from you too. So I want you to hide it, protect it. For the time being, don't let anyone else know you have it. Eventually,
Not even my brother Dirk?
oh, especially not him. If you can play a joke on him sometime, from me, that would be great. But there will come a time, if you keep training, where you'll be able to hold this proudly, because no one will be able to take it from you.
She shoves it in like her jacket and says, and she holds up her wooden sword. I'll fight anyone who comes close to taking this. I promise.
Good. And Stew Drinker is going to just like tussle her hair a little bit and then ladle some more stew to replace the bowl that Haskell took.
Okay. She says thanks and then goes scurrying off. And we'll say things go relatively normally after that. You guys serve the rest of the stew. People seem overall pleased, if not a bit confused at everything that happened. And as things are sort of winding down, the cauldron's becoming emptier. You see an outfit of guards come marching into the square with the man you recognize as the speaker. You saw him at the burning, and he marches up to you, and we'll go ahead and stop there for tonight. After all that stuff that happened.
Can we say for later that Haskell witnessed that magic item donation to Scold Stew Drinker later?
Well, yeah, you were right there at the stew
Good.
cauldron.
Good, because he needs to have a talk.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
I need to make a note of that too.
That got real messy real quick.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pin that one on chat because they gave me so many villain points, and I wanted them to feel like I was using them. So I think it was a very colorful, interesting experience for all
Some of
involved.
our like normal villain point donators went to bed, and then Hexer just showed up, the new rising villain.
Yeah, well, Hexter specifically was like, where are the points to make them slip on banana peels? Where are the banana peel points? So
And then it happened. Banana peel
We banana
points
peeled
happened.
tonight.
I thought Rotten
Yeah.
Fish was good, Snotty Kids, and then the human finger
100%.
was the last straw. So not exactly combat, but almost.
That was definitely an encounter.
Yeah, it
Challenging,
was an
yep.
encounter. Okay, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Thanks players for playing and being so fun as usual, rolling with the crazy punches that we always have in this show.
So many new follows tonight too, so welcome new friends.
Yeah, welcome. If you're new around here, we would invite you to join us on Wednesday. Normally we have a Tuesday night stream. We're skipping it this week for life stuff. But Wednesday night, we are back with our second installment of our Tales of Zadia 2-shot. So if you're a fan of the Dragon Prince show, we are running through the playtest of the Tales of Zadia role-playing game. And the only Ian, aka Mooneye, is GMing that one for us. And I am playing in it as well as some other fine folks.
Yes.
So yeah. Really fun. Come hang out with us on Wednesday. It's okay if you missed the first one. You can just jump right in. Yeah, that's our big announcements. and you're done with Weave the Tale, aren't you?
I am done. We did a surprise finish last session. My emotions aren't still over it, but it's over. Yeah, you can find it all over on Weave the Tale's YouTube. If you missed it and you want to catch it, it was certainly a lot.
Yeah. And speaking of catching up, you can go follow us or subscribe on YouTube to catch up on our old sessions of Frostgeeks, as well as all of our other shows and our one-shots. I know we are a little behind with some of our videos uploading, but we should get to a pretty good pace here soon. So be watching out for that. We'll start uploading more stuff on a regular basis so that you new people can go back and watch early Frostgeeks if you like. On that note, you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, you can follow and subscribe here on Twitch. You can also show your support by purchasing dice and accessories from one of our affiliate partners who are linked down below, or joining our Patreon, or joining our Discord, which is super fun. We have a lot of people over there all chatting about cool things like these shows, and also yummy food, cool art, just, you know, all around a good time. So
We did
feel
creepy
free to join
smiles
that.
tonight during the session.
Oh,
in
I
Discord.
haven't caught up. I'm very excited. I don't know if I am
Oh, I
excited.
missed
actually.
it.
I'll have to see it. But yeah, so go join us there. And if you're already doing one or all of these things, thank you so much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. You guys are so fun to have in chat, and we just love that this is growing every week. So thanks for tuning in. Now, go take a long rest. Man, there are so many things that happen tonight. Go take a long rest. Do teach your children to not shit talk strangers. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.